I'm watching the two different sides go, and one side's acting like this is the worst thing Francis has ever written, and then the Pope's planers are kind of saying like there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. My issue with immigration, and especially opening other cultures into a Christian nation, are that there's nothing more dangerous for young people, especially, than to grow up in a multicultural situation, like a diversity of religions and religious relativism. I remember myself as a kid growing up in that and going, well, the Muslims think they have it, the Jews think they have it, the Christians think they have it, the Buddhists think they have it. Maybe no one has it, and it leads to an atheist mindset. So for the church to be talking about having open borders and allowing Islam to come into our country, to me just seems like it's going to be the thing that leads to the suicide of the West.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, if you actually look at, I mean, obviously the church has always said that a nation has a right to protect its borders just by virtue to protect its sovereignty. And it didn't mean that you would not have immigration. It just had to be done in a way that didn't impact the common good, because the heads of the government have an obligation to protect the common good. And this was always understood to be the case. And so you couldn't have that. Now, in the medieval period, it was also understood. And even this might even, I'd have to take a look at some of the documents written by Leo XIII and in that time frame. But, you know, it was also understood that that a Christian nation, that if they were going to allow immigrants in, it couldn't impact the integrity of the faith of the citizenry. Because if it did, it was contrary to the common good, and the state had an obligation to keep them out. And so this was something that was always understood in the history of the church.
Yeah, look, I mean, do you see almost like a fetishization of the immigrant and the dignity of the ignorant to the detriment of the citizen going on right now? Like, it seems like, we have to have the dignity of the poor and the migrant, and it's to the detriment of the citizen, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, obviously they're human beings and they have to be treated with charity, but charity is in a different order than justice. Justice is, hey, dude, you got to follow the laws of the land that you walk into, right? And so, and that's also part of charity. I mean, you don't go around just shooting them willy-nilly, but on the other hand, the fact is that part of charity is the fulfillment of the order of justice as well. And so this would be actual part of it. The other part of it is, and to be honest with you, Anthony, I think that that's all just a ruse. I think that that's what they put out there in order to get us infiltrated or the country infiltrated, and not just the United States. It's Europe has even a worse problem. It's to flood them of non-Christians in order to dilute the actual culture, because communists know that the first thing you have to do is you have to destroy the national identity of the group before you can impose communism. And so, one of the ways you do that is you flood them with this diversity, or you just flood them with immigrants that don't fit into the culture, so that you divide the culture. And they know that that's what it is. And the communists openly talk about it in their own literature. So I'm not saying anything that's conspiracy theory or alleging that they have bad motives. No, they talk about this stuff.
Yeah, look, I mean, if you the thing with, like, when you had the Spanish go into South America, right? They convert the Aztecs and the Mayans, and they create this mestizo culture, and they have a united cultus, right? Like, they're worshiping at the same altar, so they're able to form a culture. Right. But when you start adding in African migrants that are practicing whatever the heck, what is it? Not Buddhism, like actual witchcraft. Some of the there were stories in Queens,
like the Haitian voodoo.
The voodoo. Like we had Haitian voodoo going on in some of the parks in Queens. And when you try to mix these cultures together, like they talk about this multicultural democracy at the expense of any kind of united nation, like United Nation, where we have a common cause, a common morality. They're trying to rip us apart at the seams.
Yeah, they are. Somebody just did a study. They just published a study a little while ago, and basically the study was on diversity. does it actually help a nation? And they concluded, no, it actually caused the nation to